Section 28, we're going to look at some indices and scientific notation. First thing with indices is make sure when you go into the exam that you know your rules. So the first being a to the power m times a to the power n is equal to a to the power m plus n. And then a to the power m divided by a to the power n is a to the power m minus n. We then got a to the power m brought to the power n is equal to a to the power m times n. A to the power 0 is equal to 1. A to the power 1/2 is equal to the square root of a. A to the 1 over n is equal to the nth root of a. A to the power m over n is equal to the nth root of a to the power m. A to the minus n is equal to 1 over a to the power n. Now for the purposes of this tutorial and for reference, I'm just going to label these rules from 1 to 8 as shown. So let's look at a couple of questions. So example 1, we're going to do 5x cubed multiplied by 3x squared. Well, 5 times 3 is 15, and then add the powers. 3 plus 2 is 5, 15x to the power 5. Example 2, 6x to the power 4 multiplied by 2x to the minus 2 all over 4x cubed. So I'm going to use law 1 and then law 2. So law 1, well, 6 2's are 12, and then add the powers, add 4 and minus 2, and that will give me 2, divided by 4x cubed. I'm now going to use law 2, so 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 2 minus 3 is minus 1, 3x to the minus 1. We can tidy that up, but we'll look at that a wee bit later. Example 3, we've got 3x to the power 2/3 bracket 2x to the half plus x to the minus 2/3. So with algebraic expansion, it's going to be that times that, and then that times that. So 3x to the 2/3 times 2x to the 1/2 plus 3x to the 2/3 times x to the minus 2/3. So remember, for multiplication we add the powers. So I'm just going to go to the side and do that. So 2/3 plus 1/2. I can use the kiss and smile method here. So that will be 4 plus 3 over 6, which is 7 over 6. Bring that back in. 3 times 2 is 6. X to the 7 over 6. If I add 2/3 and minus 2/3, I get 0. So 3 times the 1 is going to be 3x to the 0. Rule 4 tells me that a to the power 0 is equal to 1. So x to the power 0 is 1. So x, 6, x to the 7 over 6 plus 3 times 1, and that would just be plus 3. I'm now going to use law 3. A to the power m brought to the power m is a to the power m times n. So x to the 5 brought to the power 2, and that will be x to the 10. Next one, 2x cubed, all brought to the power 3. Well, 2 cubed, be careful, that's not 6. 2 cubed is definitely 8, 2 times 2 times 2. But we multiplied together the powers, and that's 8x to the 9. I'm now going to bring in law 8, which is a to the minus n equals 1 over a to the power n. So I'm going to evaluate x squared brought to the power minus 2. When x equals 2, we'll first of all multiply together the powers. That'll be x to the minus 4. I can then write that as 1 over x to the 4. Sub in x equals 2. 1 over 2 to the power 4. 2 to the power 4, be careful with that one. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16, and that's 1 over 16, and that was using the last law. I'm now going to use law 5, a to the power of half is equal to the square root of a. So I've got the square root of x multiplied by x to the power 4. The square root of x is x to the 1/2 times x to the power 4, so I add the powers, so it's 4 plus a half. Now if you think about 4 pizzas, you can split that into 8 halves, plus 1/2 is 9 halves, 9 over 2, x to the power 9 over 2. I'm now going to use a mixture of law 7 and law 8. A to the power m over n is equal to the nth root of a to the power m, and a to the minus n equals 1 over a to the power n. So we're going to evaluate a to the power 2/3. So that can be written as the cube root of 8 squared. Cube root of 8 is 2, since 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So that's 2 squared, and that's equal to 4. So look at the position of the powers. Next one, 16 to the power 3 over 4 can be written as the 4th root of 16 cubed. 4th root of 16 is 2, since 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16, so that's 2 cubed, 2 times 2 times 2, and that's 8. Next one is 32 to the power 2/5, which can be written as the 5th root of 32 squared. 5th root of 32 is 2, since 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 32, so that's 2 squared, and that's equal to 4. Next one we're going to look at is 100 to the minus 3 over 2. Well, first of all, let's change that to a positive power, and that's going to be 100 over, or 1 over 100 to the positive 3 over 2. Let's take that to the side and deal with it. So that will be the square root of 100 cubed, so the square root of 100 is 10. 10 cubed, 10 times 10 times 10 is 1000. Bring it back in, and that's 1 over 1000. Next one, 27 to the power minus 2 over 3 can be written as 1 over 27 to the positive 2 over 3. We'll take that to the side, and that is the cube root of 27 squared. Cube root of 27 is 3, since 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. 3 squared is 9. Bring it back in, and that's 1 over 9. Final one, 81 to the minus 3 over 4 can be written as 1 over 81 to the power positive 3 over 4. Take it to the side, and that's the cube root of 81 brought to the power 4. Cube root of 81 is 3. 3 to the power 4 is 3 times 3. Or rather, that's a mistake, so that should be the 4th root of 81 cubed. 4th root of 81 is 3, since 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 81. 3 cubed is 27. Bring it back in, and that'll be 1 over 27.